It's November 2025 in Wexford County, Michigan, where the viral case of a missing pregnant woman has drawn massive online attention. On November 3rd, 22-year-old Rebecca Park was 38 weeks along when she was last reported to have been seen by her biological mother, according to an incident report. But weeks later, Rebecca's body would be found in a wooded area near her biological mom's house, with her own baby cut from her womb and nowhere to be found. It takes investigators no time to draw up a list of suspects, including her birth mom, 40-year-old Cortney Bartholomew, Courtney's husband, 47-year-old Brad Bartholomew, Rebecca's sister, 21-year-old Kimberly Park, and finally, Rebecca's fiance, 43-year-old Richard Falor. A day before Rebecca's body was found, investigators escort Courtney to undergo a polygraph test. That's where we first hear from the soon-to-become murder suspect.
Yes, ma'am. We'll be en route from the Wexford County Sheriff's Office to the Mount Pleasant Post, transporting one female for a polygraph. Copy of file.
I just want my daughter found. And my grandbaby.
Yeah.
No, 7991 secure. No need for further check.
See, my grandparents raised us like the old days.
Yeah.
You didn't lie, you didn't steal, you didn't cheat. But now it's just, that's all people want to do. I've lied before. Time to lie about certain things.
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody's lying.
Criminal stuff, it's like there are so many accusations going around right now.
I've heard it was quite the mess going on.
Yeah.
What are some of the outlandish ones you've heard?
That Becca didn't get in the car, which she did.
Okay.
She didn't leave state, which I don't know.
You think she did?
She wanted this baby.
Okay. Because you guys are kind of estranged for a while or something, right?
Yeah, but I wanted to show her that I want to be her mom.
Right.
That she didn't have to always say, well, you're just an egg donor. But the whole time that she's been pregnant, my cousin was giving me information on her. So I knew she was doing okay, at least. I've been trying to wrap my head around where she'd go. The other night we went looking for the car and I felt like a dog in the window. Just looking at every car that went by. Something told me to go after it.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't want to push her away.
Obviously, she didn't tell you anything about
543, go ahead.
No.
somebody picking her up.
No. When I went back in to get the laundry soap, she just looked something off her phone at first. And then when I went to go back out the driveway, she's like, Mom, hold up. I was like, what do you mean, hold up? She's like, I got somebody coming. I was like, what the f*** you mean you got somebody coming? She's like, I got somebody coming. So I just pulled out onto the road. And we waited, and the car was right there. So they had to have been close.
Right.
According to a police report, Courtney initially told investigators that Rebecca had gotten into an unknown black car and simply vanished. But something about her story isn't exactly adding up to the detectives. Moments later, Courtney returns from her polygraph exam where she was informed that she was not 100% honest. But Courtney wasn't the only one with poor results on a polygraph exam. The next day, one detective confronts her husband, Brad, at their home, an estimated 2 miles away from where Rebecca's body was reportedly found, covered in leaves and sticks in Manistee National Forest.
All right, so you know we found her body, right? I mean, you guys said that you saw it on TikTok. Okay.
And I'd assume that's how you guys argue. Yeah. Why else would you come here and want to search my house again?
Yeah. Okay, so you said that you were a convicted felon. What were you convicted of?
I got like 7 felonies or more. I have non-sufficient funds. I have a CSC charge. I got receiving and concealing stolen property, malicious destruction. But other than that, I don't have anything.
Okay, so tell me about your polygraph.
I failed my polygraph.
What were the questions?
Like, he wanted to know what I knew about the disappearance of Rebecca. And the only thing that I knew at that point in time is that she got into a black car. Kimberly was asking me about the trails out back. And then when Rebecca called missing, I still didn't think about it like that because, you know, I didn't think her sister would hurt her or do anything, you know, so I didn't think anything of them trails back there. And then when he asked me if I knew anything about it, it's like, well, maybe and maybe not, you know. I don't think so. No. I guess Kimmy come to her mom and said something about her being in the black car that picked up her sister. Well, I'm like, why didn't you say something?
So you're telling me that Kimberly told Courtney that she was in the black car that picked her up?
Yes. That's what Courtney told me.
Brad points the finger toward Rebecca's sister, Kimberly, much like Courtney allegedly did in her polygraph exam. But in the later talk with her, this case quickly becomes a he said, she said.
Did you ever tell Courtney that you were in the car that picked her up?
No. That's the car that I drive.
Okay. But you never told her that you were in the car that picked her up from the house?
No, Courtney was trying to say I was. I never was.
Why she would tell me that?
Because she wants to frame me.
She wants to frame you?
We'll hear more from Kimberly soon. Now, the detective continues questioning Brad.
Okay. So, explain to me how Courtney came in contact with Rebecca on that last night that we know she was alive.
Courtney was supposed to go over and pick Rebecca up to take her out to get ice cream.
Okay.
And to give her $2,000.
Rebecca had reportedly been adopted into another family as a toddler, but had reconnected with her birth mom after she was allegedly promised inheritance money following the 2023 death of her biological grandmother. That's part of what Brad says was the pair's reason for meeting on the day of Rebecca's disappearance.
And then Rebecca sat there and said that she needed Tide Pods for laundry because she was nesting for the baby. Wanted to get laundry and everything caught up, everything done that needed to be done. Which women do it all the time, unfortunately. If you have kids, you know this. I'm sure. And when I was told that she got into a black car and she told her mom that she'd be back, I wasn't here.
Where were you?
I was in my tent.
And what you're telling me now is that Kimberly now says that she was in that car?
Yes.
And she told Rebecca that, or, I'm sorry, she told Courtney that last night.
No, she told her that Saturday.
Saturday night?
Saturday. When she came and got her stuff out of her truck.
Well, whose car did she say it was?
She didn't. Courtney didn't tell me whose car she said it was. If she even said it, I don't know.
Okay.
It don't make sense to me either.
This is so messed up. Here's the situation that you're in. Okay, if you really are in a tent over in Harrietta, and I'm not saying that you're lying, I'm just saying you got to think about things from my standpoint too.
It's cold.
Yeah.
I have Carhartts and I have everything.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, you know a lot more than what you are reporting to me. You're the guy.
I don't understand.
Because Courtney knows a lot of stuff that she shouldn't know, details that have been reported, and she's acting in a certain manner.
Okay.
So I need your help.
The thing is she don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, but I mean, oh, okay, all right. Well, why is she going on TikTok Live saying that you failed your polygraph?
I have no idea.
Why would she do such a thing? What what do guilty people do?
Yeah, they point the fingers at other people.
Exactly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I agree with you about certain things that Kimberly supposedly said to Courtney, because even you said it, if she even said that.
Right.
So I mean, if anything, you know in the back of your head, like, shit ain't adding up with Courtney here.
I've been with her for 8 years.
No, I get it.
I know
there's a lot of loyalty there, but there's also some crazy shit that goes on here that I could see.
There is. I will admit that. There's some crazy stuff going on.
So you spent more time with her than anyone else that I know.
Yep.
Okay, you'd agree with that?
I do.
So you're going to know more about her than anybody else would know.
Yeah, probably.
Okay. So what has she told you what happened?
She didn't tell me anything that happened.
Okay, did you help her get rid of the body?
No, I did not. Now you're getting me upset because you don't want to believe me when I sit there and say these things.
The thing is, though, is I actually do believe you, like, about a lot of things. What I don't believe is that she hasn't shared things with you. Because Courtney was the last one with her.
Right.
We can't verify the black car, but now conveniently,
it comes out that
Kimberly was in the black car now. I mean,
right.
That just looks like shit for court. Like that, nobody's gonna believe that now, especially after the phone was just found across the road.
Right. I understand that. It don't look good for Courtney, and I'll admit that. I told her that right from the get-go.
So who helped her get rid of the body then?
I don't know if she did anything.
Well, what do you mean? She was the last person with her and her phone's across the road. Of course she did something.
On November 4th, Courtney and Brad reportedly found Rebecca's cell phone on a trail near their residence after Rebecca's fiance allegedly used Find My iPhone and shared the coordinates with the family. Keep this in mind for later.
You're trying to, like, distance yourself from her, and it's just like, I know you guys, it sounds like you guys got a f***ed up relationship.
We do.
Like, I'll agree with that.
We do.
But at the same time, you're still here, man, after 8 years. And if it's my wife and she f***ed up and did something that she didn't intend to do, I'm going to help her.
Yeah, but I'm not taking the blame for something she did.
I'm not saying that you should. Well, it turns out in the polygraph examiner's opinion, you already knew she was dead before you took the polygraph exam. Okay, so...
Next, Brad rehashes his story before finally revealing new alleged details that begin to paint a picture for investigators.
Only thing I know, like I said, was that Courtney told me she got in the black car. The seat covers and that had white paint on it.
Okay. So here's what I think happened. I think that...
I'm the one that removed the covering on this seat.
Where are the coverings?
I don't know. Courtney got rid of them.
And they had white paint on them?
Yes.
Okay. When did she get rid of them?
The day after I removed them.
Okay, what day did you remove them?
I don't remember the exact date.
Okay, but was it after...
It was after Rebecca went missing, yes.
How many days approximately after she went missing?
Probably about a week.
Okay, so about a week after she went missing, you noticed the seat covering. So they're like those slip-on covers?
No, it's actually the whole seat cover. The only thing that's in there is the foam in the frame.
You just noticed that they had white paint on them?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're trying to restore the because it's groundless.
I know, but nobody paints seat covers white.
I know.
You know what I mean?
It looked like somebody actually spilled paint on the seat.
Like, was the entire seat covered?
No.
But there was white paint all over it?
There was white paint all over it.
So maybe to cover blood up, hypothetically?
Maybe.
Did she mention why she got rid of the seat covers?
No, she did not.
Yes, she did. I mean, you gotta...
She didn't mention anything to me about why she got rid of them. She told me that they're garbage. Why keep them?
Did she say how the white paint got on them?
She said somebody vandalized the truck. I didn't believe that. I don't believe that. I do not believe that somebody vandalized that truck. Nobody's going to come up on this property without somebody seeing. There's cameras everywhere.
Is there white paint anywhere else other than the seats?
No.
Do you guys still have that white paint here?
No. We don't have any. We got white paint that we're painting the kitchen with in the living room.
You think that's where the white paint came from?
No. I don't think so, because we didn't get that until after the fact that she was missing. We got that 2 weeks after she was missing.
So where do you think this white paint came from?
I don't know. I think her mom had some white paint up above the washer and dryer, and then they disappeared.
Okay, so that white paint that was above the washer and dryer is not there anymore?
No.
Okay. Did you ever talk to her about that missing white paint up there?
She told me to put it in the trash can because it was old.
How long ago did you guys have that conversation?
When we went to go get the paint.
Okay.
Because I asked her why she was buying white paint.
And she was buying white paint for what?
The walls.
Which walls?
The living room walls and the kitchen walls.
Has she painted them already?
Mm-hmm.
Since she went missing?
Yes.
You think that's pretty weird?
Now, we rejoin Rebecca's sister, Kimberly, who was confronted by the same detective hours later.
What do you think happened to your sister?
I honestly think Courtney and Brad are responsible.
Why do you think that?
Because of Courtney's comment that she wanted that baby no matter what.
Okay.
She was well convinced she was taking that baby regardless.
Okay, so Courtney wanted to take Rebecca's baby. So how was she going to take it? Did she say how she was going to take this baby?
She never said how she was going to. But when I told Peace Corps the other day that Courtney and Brad were responsible, I had a feeling she was nearby.
You had a feeling she was nearby? Like geographically nearby? Like close to the location you were at?
Close to Courtney and Brad's
house? Okay.
Courtney called me while I was here saying that Becca got in a car with somebody. Like somebody was saying that my old man's my baby daddy's PayPal card was found out there by my sister. Courtney's had my wallet this whole time.
Who reported? You reported to the police that your mom said that she hit your sister over the head? Did you make that report?
I made the report, and that's what they told me that they did.
Who told you that?
Courtney and Brad, straight out.
Courtney and Brad told you what? Tell me what they told you straight out.
That they were the ones that hit her. They were the ones that, from what they said, murdered her. And they were taking the baby, and now they were just playing this game of how to get rid of this baby, get rid of her.
When did they tell you that?
The day after she disappeared. But they threatened me and my daughter to stay silent.
Okay.
My adoptive mom promised me that nothing was going to happen to my daughter, so I could tell.
Okay, so you're telling me that Courtney and Brad confessed to you that they killed Rebecca.
And Courtney's been saying for the last couple months that she was taking this baby no matter what. No matter the measures.
Kimberly points the finger right back at Brad and Courtney, but investigators aren't exactly buying her story.
You're lying. I mean, we could start there. Okay? That's not true.
Now, Kimberly changes her story and says Rebecca's fiance, Richard, and she shared some kind of romantic connection that she says led to Richard admitting to, quote, taking care of it.
So the plan is going to kill Rebecca so the two of you can be together. Is that correct?
I didn't know he was going to kill her.
What do you think he was going to do to her?
Leave her? I don't know.
So this is your story. That's the only involvement you had, was lying to the police, and that you and Rich were going to be together, and he told you that he took care of it.
It's the only thing he told me.
Okay. All right, are you okay sitting here for a minute while I get out and talk to my partner?
I was going to go back inside. I gotta go to that door.
You gotta go to the bathroom?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kimberly is allowed to go inside momentarily, but it's not long until she's back in handcuffs.
So you're under arrest because you can't knowingly provide false information to the police when they're investigating a missing person complaint that results in a homicide. Okay? So you can't do that. So that's a no-no. So why did you do that? Why did you tell her that Courtney and Brad did this?
And if I didn't, I was gonna end up like her.
And what did you interpret that to mean, that you would end up like her?
Just disappear.
Just
with no explanation.
Just disappear with no explanation. And when you refer to her, who are you talking about?
My sissy.
Your sissy is who?
Rebecca.
Rebecca. Okay. So now, when she went missing, say to you after she went missing?
He didn't say anything.
No, I mean, what did he tell you when you asked him about it?
All he said was, I took care of it. Don't worry about it.
He said, I took care of it. What did you interpret that to mean? What did you think that meant?
I thought he just broke up with her. When she just randomly dipped out. Not he killed her.
Why would Courtney tell me that? Because we know Courtney didn't do it.
Courtney's trying to frame me. She said from the get-go she would be out to get me.
Why?
Because I pissed her off with telling her she's never going to see my daughter. And Becca straight out told me that she was never going to see those two boys.
Next, we hear from Richard as the series of disturbing events continues to unfold.
Tell me what you know. I know November 3rd, Courtney come pick Becca up. Okay. And she said, looked at me, said, I love you, I'll be back. About hour and a half. Okay. Got up next morning, realized Courtney texted me, which is her biological mom. Right. And she actually read her messages. I was like, what are you talking about? She left with somebody. She's like, I don't know, I couldn't see who it was. And it was somebody in a black car she took off with. Mm-hmm. It's like, we don't know anybody with a black car. Mm-hmm. And we got off the phone with her. I tried to call Becca's phone 6-7 times.
Richard explains how he pinpointed the location of Rebecca's phone, but it's what he says happened next that leaves detectives scratching their heads.
Lights on it, and Courtney called me, said, I'm on my way to your house, we have to talk. Okay. I didn't even know Kimmy sent the location to Courtney. Mm-hmm. Her and Brad got there, and I seen Brad in the driver's seat, and he pointed towards Courtney in the passenger seat, so I walked over there. Courtney had rolled the window down and handed me Becca's phone. Okay. And I sat there, I was like, I wasn't sitting, I was standing there. Mm-hmm. I was like, huh? Where was it at? She said it was sitting on the trail, across from my house. It's like, I don't understand what's going on, because Becca don't go nowhere without her phone. Mm-hmm. And she told Courtney, I was like, something ain't right.
You said your relationship with Courtney is not great because you guys have a past. What about Kenny? You guys seem to be like at least communicating to try and help find Rebecca. How's your guys' relationship?
It was fine. Now, me and Kenny don't really. We talk maybe every few days.
Okay. And is that uncommon, or is that like, was there a reason why it started to peter off a little bit, or?
Because she was, I believe it's because she was all staying on at Courtney's.
What are your theories? What do you think happened?
At first, I thought Courtney had something to do with it.
Well, and that's kind of where I'm going with this, is that now everybody's pointing fingers at each other. People are saying, Courtney did it. People are saying Brad did it. People are saying Kimmy had something to do with it. You hadn't even been brought into it that you and Kimmy did something with it,
Both Richard and Kimberly were taken into custody. Richard was booked for multiple unrelated drug charges and later released after Kimberly allegedly admitted to lying about his involvement in the crime. Kimberly was booked for tampering with evidence in a criminal case, lying to a police officer during a violent crime, and filing a false report of a felony. Meanwhile, crime scene investigators begin a search of the Bartholomew's property, where we join Courtney and Brad, who are busy browsing headlines, while officers wait with them inside.
Additional Life 360 shows that Rebecca's sister, Kimberly Park, is currently at the sheriff's.
Okay. There again, you can't believe everything else.
The family has shared that the father of Rebecca's baby has been booked into the Wexford County Jail, according to the family. He allegedly stated during a call from the jail that he is being booked in connection with a homicide. I know what I'm going through. I can just imagine what he's going through.
All right.
But his is different than mine.
A whole lot different. It was his baby.
I gave birth to her.
Yeah.
That is my baby.
All right. His fiance and his baby though.
Brad has been arrested.
Hey guys, I didn't know I was in jail. Did you?
You were pretty funny for being in jail.
Right. When did the jail start letting you smoke cigarettes? You can drink Mountain Dew.
Next, the pair carry on chatting with officers before choosing some interesting topics of conversation.
I told her, we have these 2 chickens, I'm killing them when they're big enough. She's like, okay, we'll name them lunch and dinner. She wouldn't let me kill them.
I couldn't do it.
No.
We took the day that we were gonna off them, and I couldn't do it.
Nope.
I could not.
She would not let me
do it. I was like, you can't do it.
I said, fresh chicken would be so good though.
It's like, no, you can't do it. I'm sorry.
I'm like,
cannot.
Can I kill Big Bertha then?
I was like, no. She might be a bitch. I said, but you're not killing her.
She wouldn't let me eat the duck either.
Right.
Can you imagine paying $600 for that? No.
My wife would kill me.
Honestly, the
I spend $100, my wife's killing me. Yeah. And we're almost out of tobacco, so.
Oh, hell no.
Oh, yeah.
They better hurry up and get the
They
stuff.
need to hurry up and get it done because we need cigarettes, otherwise somebody's gonna die. Probably me, but somebody's gonna die.
Becca, I'm still not totally there. Like it
I know
hasn't
you want to
totally
be in denial.
processed.
I know you want to be in denial of it. That she's still here, that she's just out. That she took off and she's having the baby in a different state. I understand that.
This could have all been avoided.
Yeah.
Had she have come forward.
If she would have just asked for help.
No, if Kimberly would have come forward quicker.
I know that too.
As the case continues growing legs on social media, Courtney takes a moment to read some messages and posts.
Bitch, I know your address. You best believe I don't have someone come there and drag you down the road. You stupid bitch. I swear to God, you killed your daughter and your grandbaby because you're a jealous, nasty, fat pig who smells like meth. Bitch, I'm only 12 hours from your house, actually. I will have people come to your house and they will never find you or your family. They will never find Rebecca or the baby. Rebecca is not your daughter, and that baby is not your grandbaby. You killed them. You killed them. The cops.
Yeah.
I will keep that.
All the time.
You're ready to spend the rest of your life in prison, trifling ass bitch, and your pedo husband. I hope you rot in hell. Can't get your drugs in prison and definitely won't be having a baby in your hands. You sick motherfucker, your life is over.
Moments later, Courtney turns her attention to the search taking place at her home.
I will gladly
But you gotta
open it up.
remember them searching my house like that and using that luminol. making sure there isn't blood,
Yeah,
also clears us.
I know it does. And that's what
And they
I'm
ain't gonna find
happy about.
shit.
That way I don't have to worry about anything. You don't have to worry about anything because there's nothing they're gonna find anyways, but still.
Do you know if my other daughter...
5 days later, in a shocking turn of events, Brad allegedly admits to detectives that Courtney was the one who stabbed Rebecca. We join Brad alongside investigators as he directs them to where he says he disposed of the weapon and where he says he witnessed the stabbing.
And that's the dumpster sitting right there. I went into.
So first right and the dumpster right here on the left. The GFL dumpster? Okay. And how did you pick this particular apartment complex and that dumpster?
My wife used to live here.
Okay. And when was it that you disposed of that knife?
Wednesday,
Okay.
the 5th.
Wednesday the 5th. Okay. So it was a couple days after everything happened?
Correct.
Okay.
And just pulled around like you just did and then just stopped and threw it in there.
Okay. And describe the knife to me?
It was like a hunting knife.
Okay. Was it your knife?
No,
Okay. Do you know whose it was?
it was Courtney's.
It was hers? Okay. Was there any blood or anything on it that you could see when you threw it in there?
I wasn't paying attention to
Don't
it.
know. Okay.
I just wanted it out of my hand.
You said she burned or you burned seat covers. Did you say she did or you did? The seat covers from the truck?
I think I probably did.
You did. Okay. And where did you burn those
In
at?
the burning barrel.
Okay. And where is the burning barrel at?
Up on the top of the hill.
It's just right up there?
Yeah.
Okay. What else was burnt in that burn barrel?
Trash.
Okay. What else as far as evidence?
That's it.
Okay. Clothes?
Nope.
Anything
No
like
clothing, nothing like that.
that? Okay. All right. Okay. So there was, you came down here to help her with a flat tire, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And where was she when?
That was right here in this opening,
Okay. So,
which is also back towards that way is the trail.
okay. So off to the right is the trail that
The phone was on.
the phone was on? Okay. And how did you know she was here with a flat tire?
She called.
She called you?
Yes.
Okay. And when you showed up, how did you get down here?
I used the white Ford.
White Ford? Okay.
Yep, that was Monday night.
Monday night. And she had a flat tire on the Escape?
Yes.
Okay. You went and changed the flat tire.
Yes.
Okay. Walk me through what happened after that.
I came home.
You came home. Where
and
did they go?
She left and she went, I don't know where she went.
Okay.
She come back 15 minutes later
Okay.
and got the white Ford.
Okay.
She was gone 15 minutes with that and come back.
Okay. So Rebecca wasn't with you when you came out here in the Escape?
Correct.
Where was she?
She was already out here, passed away. Deceased. I have a feeling. She was already out here.
So Rebecca was out here by herself for a long time?
No. Probably 10 minutes. 15 minutes.
Okay. Could she not run? Could she not get away? Was she?
She's pregnant. She was 38 weeks.
Right.
Pregnant.
You guys left in the pickup truck and came back. Why did you switch?
Because Courtney wanted the towel and a blanket
Okay.
that was left in the Escape.
What was Courtney like on the way back when you guys went to the Escape? What was her demeanor like?
Frustrated
At what?
at Rebecca.
Just in general or about something specific?
In general,
Did she think that she had killed her?
not at that point, no. Because she feels like the girls don't appreciate her as a mom.
Did you guys talk on the way back to the house?
No.
You didn't say anything at all to each other?
I didn't want to know what was going on for sure. She was on one of these hills.
Okay.
When Courtney did what she did.
So it was on a hill just on the side?
Yes.
You said she covered her up in leaves?
Because Rebecca jumped up on the curb, or up on the embankment, because she thought her mom was going to hit her with the escape.
Okay.
It might initially happened up further, the stabbing.
Okay, so to your knowledge, she was found in the exact spot that you guys left her?
Correct.
Okay.
We were also told by social media that she was found in a river.
Okay.
And we knew better than that.
The jeans you had on that night?
I believe so.
Do you think they have blood on them or anything from the baby?
So. I don't think so.
You don't think so?
The basket in the laundry room or in the bathroom? Or
They'd be in the bedroom. The laundry basket in the bathroom's dirty clothes.
Courtney and Brad were both arrested in connection with Rebecca's death after prosecutors alleged they forced the pregnant victim into the woods before stabbing her multiple times and cutting her unborn baby from her womb, ultimately killing both. They were each arrested for first-degree premeditated murder, torture, unlawful imprisonment, and assault of a pregnant person. At last check, Courtney, Brad, and Kimberly's cases remain open, and they are expected back in court later this year. Subscribe now for easier access to the latest from Law&Crime BodyCam